Good afternoon, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to another Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. I am poet Sharaledon Brave. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. I hope that your week has been going well. I started to say something off the cuff, but I'm going to leave it alone. For those of you who had to struggle through last night's debate, God bless you. I'm glad I was at work. I've seen the aftermath of it, and I understand now why all the buzz on Facebook was all about turning it off or getting from in front of the television. But nonetheless, I hope to be bringing you some better news. All right. So listen, I have one four-liner, and I also do have a longer piece. And I do have one or two announcements at the end. So let's go ahead and get started with the four-liner. All right. This one's entitled, it's an acronym, SIN. S-I-N, SIN. It stands for Say It Now. Those thoughts that you've been holding, full of love instead of strife, share them with someone special. It may just change their life. Again, those thoughts that you've been holding, full of love instead of strife, share them with someone special. It may just change their life. SIN. Say it now. The next piece I will be performing or reading for your pleasure, is a piece entitled Working Your Oil. There's that dream that drives you, the one that makes you tick. You do the work just to find that success is never quick. Like the widow and the oil, there are lessons you must learn. Some oil you'll sell for profit, others you'll keep and burn. Of those lessons you will find, your neighbors need not know. For when you do the kingdom work, it isn't just for show. Another lesson you will discover, that there are principles in place. To rid your creditors of your debt will warrant amazing grace. But a greater lesson learned is to start right where you are. When you begin with that faith in place, your blessings will go far. Working your oil. And I'd like to share that this piece was actually written last week, a little bit, more, probably about 10 days ago, in celebration of Dr. Barbara King of Hillside Truth Center. Let me get there. I think it's Hillside Truth International Center. She's celebrating, along with the church, 49 years. And so I was one of the presenters. I'd like to say thank you to Donna Kimbrell for getting me, or should I say bringing me on to be one of the presenters for that particular event. So Donna, thank you so much for that. And I would like to also share another thought about working your oil. One of the things, I've always wanted to do this particular piece, and I wanted to actually do it a lot longer, more of a teaching part, because the widow and the oil is something very special to me as an entrepreneur. And one of the things I find very interesting, and I stated it in here, is that in the past, and I'm still kind of working on it, I needed to learn how to keep my mouth shut about certain things I was working on. And so one of the, in that particular story in the Bible, one of the things that Elijah says to the widow is, go in your house, shut your windows and your doors. And that, so one of the things I put on my vision board was, shut your mouth, keep your mouth closed about certain things that you're working on, certain things that you're doing. So so being able to actually do this piece, and I'm looking to do a longer piece on it really soon. I did promise one of my aunts that I would get her a copy of it once it is finished. And so right now it's not finished. All right. So that's what I have for you today. Again, I hope that your day has been great, but I also want to share with you, I do have an upcoming program that's going to be ongoing at least for a few months to start off with poet Kenneth Hammond here in Georgia. It's called Cafe Chat, and we will be sitting down together in studio. It's actually called A Time of Poetry, Sharing, and Sipping. And right now the tentative dates are October the 26th, November the 30th, and the 28th of December. And if I have, let me double check something right quick. Uh, because I need to make sure what day. I think those are Mondays, but that's what we have planned. But you will find it on my page, and Kenneth also as well will be having it on his page. So just keep an eye open for it. Again, it's called Cafe Chats, a time of poetry sharing and sipping. And it's going to be on Facebook Live. So if you're a friend of his, you'll be able to bring it in on Facebook Live. And also, if you're a friend of mine, you'll be able to bring it there too. So it's going to be great. The two of us sitting there, not just reading poetry, we're actually having conversations. And, you know, if you've ever seen me interact with Kenneth, and because he was the first person I actually interviewed for Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. And he also was with us when we did the 1 year celebration for Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. And so I'm really looking forward to this project that he has spearheaded. And so there we are. So again, I am Sharaledon Brave, and it's great to have you with me. Do not forget, today is the last day to do census, 2020 census. Go on their website, please. Go to the website, send in the paperwork that's been sitting on your counter or wherever. So go ahead and get those things taken care of, and do not forget to vote. Get ready. I just put my the application for my absentee ballot in the mail today. So that was done. I had said, I think on last week, that there was something else I needed to check, which was there was a post office box as a return address, and I just wanted to make sure that that was actually going to my county register's post office box, and it is. So that being said, all those things are done. So you know how we do. We show up, we do our best, but in order to do your best, you have to be present and present of mind. So I'm hoping that everyone will be at least that. All right. So I'm just going to be real human and transparent here. As I'm looking at you, I can see myself. So I noticed that as I'm sitting here, I noticed that I had forgotten to close the drawer behind me, and some of you will say, well, no one would have noticed until you said it. I noticed, and that was enough. That's what I bust out laughing, because I could be so anal retentive about things like that. But you know what? You take a deep breath and life goes on, all right? Because there's so much more to be concerned with besides an open drawer during my live conversation with you. So let me go ahead and get this done, because this is always my favorite time of this part of the show. I love you. There's nothing that you can do about it. You can try. The universe will not support you in it. I always pray to be a little bit stronger than you in that. All right, so I am Sharaledon Brave. It's great to be with you. I will see you on next week. Look for Kenneth and myself at the end of next month, October, starting the Cafe Chats that would be posted on my page and also on his page as well. So stay well. I think I've covered everything. No birthdays this week. But again, my heart goes out to all of you who tried to suffer through last night's debate. But nonetheless, let's be mindful that with all of that aside, that we still have our own what we need to do. I want to just go ahead and say a few hellos. Hetty, thank you for being there. Kit Cousin, matter of fact, I just got off the phone with your mother. Wonderful conversation. So I thank you. I'm blessed by your presence. I love you, and we will all see each other on next week. Bye now.